It's finally here. The channel's here. I'm happy. You're happy. Your mom's happy. Your aunt's happy.
Shut up!
I know I promised some of you that I would start this channel mad long ago, but hey. Today I'm going to show you guys how I edit my photos in Lightroom. I made a mistake. It'll be very, very simple, and I'm not gonna dwell on it. It's gonna be a simple. Before we get started on this video, I just want to let you guys know that I will be using Lightroom Mobile to edit this photo, Lightroom for the iPad. Just so you know, the iPad Pro is my tool of choice when it comes to editing photos and videos using Lightroom Mobile, Affinity Photo. I'm not saying that you have to use the iPad, but Lightroom Mobile is on the light version of the Lightroom that you would find on your computer. Alright, so we're gonna go into the iPad. Let's find a good photo so we could edit something very simple so I could just show you guys the basics. Alright, let's go. So the photo I'm gonna pick to start this edit is a very simple photo. I'm gonna pick a photo that I took a few weeks ago, a couple weekends ago I think, but you don't need to know that, doesn't matter. If you want to see the final product, please go on Instagram. Yeah. Alright, so to start this edit, normally when I import the photos in Lightroom, this is how Lightroom would look like, especially as I said, on mobile. So we want to go, I usually go to my optics first and enable lens correction, which is already enabled here, it's perfect. And then remove chromatic aberration, not that there's any in this photo. So let's go ahead and go to the lights. So in the lights, you're gonna see a whole bunch of sliders, exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, white, and blacks. These are exactly what they mean. Exposure controls how much the photo is exposed, how bright it is, essentially, kind of. But we don't have to fix that because the photo is perfect as it is. Contrast adds a little bit of contrast to your photos. You know, if you wanna have that little punch to your photos, contrast does that. Highlights, I mean, you know, blow out the highlights, drop the highlights.
I need help, definitely.
Get it. Alright, shadows. You could raise the shadows or drop them. It depends on the photo. Here, I'm gonna choose to like raise them just a little bit. Even though this photo's already bright, this was shot with natural light. Alright, colors, I'm not gonna mess with that yet. That's further down the edit after we bring that photo to Affinity Photo. We're just gonna apply one of our presets to it and then mess with the colors a little bit. Effects. The effect slider, you could add some texture to your photos, some clarity. I don't usually mess with that a lot. If you add a little too much, as you can see here, the photo kind of looks HDR and horrible. And bruh, if this is the look that you're going for, I mean, cool, it's not my problem. But anyway, for me, I just like to leave it at maybe 0 or negative sometimes, depending on the shot. Vignette. I don't need to add any vignette yet to this photo. Like I said, these are things that I'm going to do after the fact, after the little skin correction that I'm going to do. And this photo doesn't even need a lot of skin correction. So the photo is now in Affinity Photo. So the first thing I'm going to do, and remember what I said, if you don't know what Affinity Photo is, it is an app that is very similar to Adobe Photoshop when you're doing skin retouching on your computer. Unfortunately, Adobe has not yet released the version for the iPad that they promised. I'm not holding them accountable for that. But Affinity Photo, just so you know, is $20 and done. Give them $20, they give you a photo application that is as powerful as Adobe, and you're give me $20. Good. Adobe has a monthly subscription. Hopefully they will give it to the iPad. But now we're in Affinity Photo, and we're gonna edit this photo. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at, if you're familiar to Photoshop at all, you know that Photoshop uses layers a lot, so does Affinity Photo. So the first thing I'm going to do is duplicate my layer. So I'm going to click the little dot over here, 3 dots, and click duplicate. It duplicated the background layer, and now I can start working. So the good thing about Affinity Photo is all the things that you would do with Adobe Photoshop, Affinity Photo does them for you automatically. Which means I could just click a button and it's gonna separate my frequency for me. Frequency separation is when you separate your texture layer from your color layer.
Nice.
You wanna drop your radius a little bit because you don't want the photo to be too you know, you don't want the skin of the person in the photo to be plastic. I mean, again, if that's the look you're going for, cool. Alright, so once you drop your radius, I usually like it at 1.0, 1.2. I'm gonna click apply. Good thing is our model already has great skin, so we're just gonna, you know. So the first thing I do once I click my frequency separation layer is I duplicate the low frequency, because I'm gonna be working on it, and if I mess up, you know, I could rewind. So I'm gonna unselect the high frequency so I could work on my low frequency. As you can see, the photo became a little blurred out. That's normal because you're just gonna be working on the colors without affecting your textures. Affinity Photo has a whole bunch of nice little tools on the side. I'm gonna click on this one. It's the brush tool, the healing brush, clone brush, whatever. So we're gonna click on healing brush. We're gonna up our radius about the size of a tool girls would use to put their makeups on, or boys, girls or boys. And then we're gonna start brushing a little bit. So make sure that your flow is low and your hardness is at 0 or 1. You know, that's very important if you, again, don't want to make the face completely airbrushed. So we're gonna start by blending the colors. Essentially, this is what the low frequency, this is what you're gonna do with the low frequency. You're gonna blend the colors. That way the skin could be homogeneous. Yeah, you know that word, homogeneous. So let's go. So essentially what you could see that I'm doing here is I'm touching in certain areas and brushing in other areas. So I'm just porting up whatever colors was over here on her cheek down to close to her chin. And the thing about this photo is there's a lot of sun marks, overexposed areas in her face. And we have to be careful not to blend the areas that are less exposed to the areas that are exposed, because then it's gonna look super ugly and we don't want that. But yeah. So once you're done with, you know, the low frequency separation, once you're done with the low frequency layer, what you could do is reactivate the high frequency, and you're gonna bring back your textures. Just examine your photo, make sure that it's good. Go ahead and do some dodge and burn. Now I'm gonna go ahead and click the screen recording again so I can show you guys how we dodge and burn. So if you want to dodge and burn, the first thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna go to your layers again. All right, you're gonna start a new pixel layer. Boom, just like that. Then you're gonna go to fill. Okay. Okay. Once you go to fill, it's gonna fill the screen for you with a color. So you're gonna take that color, you're gonna go to the color wheel and do 50%. 50%, boom. Once you do 50%, you're gonna go back to your pixel layer. You're gonna go to that 3 little dots all the way at the front. You're gonna click on the normal, change that to soft light. Now tell me this is not the exact same thing that you would do in Adobe Photoshop, right? All right, so once you do that, you could duplicate this, you could duplicate it if you want, because you're gonna use one for burn and one for dodge. Voila. That's how you do dodge and burn in Affinity Photo. So now guys, with these dodge and burn layers, what I went and did is I burned her eyebrows a little bit. Just remember, burning an image is darkening it and dodging it is lightening it, essentially. So certain areas of the eyebrows I thought needed some burning, so I did that. If I deselect and reselect, you can see the difference. Okay, now we're gonna go into our adjustments. So the adjustments, the only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna touch the color balance. Of course, the color balance is gonna let us balance from either an image being too warm, you know, it's essentially adjusting the colors. And then I'm gonna go into my favorite, which is, well, I'm gonna go into the levels first. The levels, essentially, I'm gonna adjust the blacks, the whites, I'm gonna go into the red channel, adjust it a little bit. And I'm gonna go into selective color and change my colors, and let me do that and show you guys what it looks like. So guys, after exporting the photo back to Lightroom, we started with this, and this is what I ended up with. This is the final edit. This is the image that I'm gonna be posting. So guys, I just want to be clear about something. I am aware that this video is not a full tutorial per se, because I just wanted to show you guys how I edit my video, and the time kind of got away from me. So what I'm promising is on the next video, I'm gonna really be focused on the areas that I edit, on showing you guys the areas that I edit, such as frequency separation, Lightroom slider, etc. So I'm gonna make way shorter videos and show you guys very specifically how to do certain things. So if you want to know or want to learn something in particular, and focused on the iPad editing world, just let me know and I'll try to accommodate that video. So this is the end of this video. Please do all the YouTube things that people ask you to do. Like, comment, share if you're so inclined to do so, and I will catch you guys in another video.